Hi, this is Richard from North Texas Ball Cards. I know it's been a while, and I know I say that a lot, but work sometimes gets in the way. So, we're looking at the July box from Slater Sports Card Company. This is the RetroWaxBox. So, let's crack it open. And let's look at our itinerary. We have 25 packs going from the early 80s to the early 90s. We're looking at the 95 Donruss pack, 87 Fleer, 87 Donruss, 87 Topps, 89 Donruss, 89 Bowman, 90 Score, 91 Topps, and 93 Topps, plus some unopened packs from the early 80s, 82 to 94. Thank you, Jared, from Slater Sports Cards. So let's see what we got sent this time. All right, we've got our Donruss here, 89. 89, yeah, I guess right. 92 Leaf, 88 Fleer, 92 Fleer, 90 Fleer, 93 Fleer, 88 Donruss, and 93 Leaf. And some more, some 91 Leaf, Donruss, 90 Donruss, 92 Topps, 88 Score, 89 Topps, 88 Topps, 93 Donruss. I think it's the first time we've got those. That feels kind of thick. And Earl Friend 90 Upper Deck. This pack is $66, I want to say, on Slater Sports Cards. See if I can look at their address real quick. SlaterSportsCards.com. I'll put a link to them in the description, so you can sign up for that. And here's 1990 Score wrapped in garbage bag, 91 Topps with the bubble gum in it. I really wish these would be the Desert Shield ones, but they're not. Bowman 89s, 93 Score, 83 Donruss. These are 87. Man, one day I'm going to learn. And 87 Fleer and 87 Topps. Alrighty then. Okay, how about we get right down to business? We're going to start with 93 Leaf. Well, these don't feel bricky either. Sid Fernandez is going to get us started, followed by Bob Scanlon, Randy Tomlin, Mike Piazza, there's a good one, Felix Fermin, Doc Gooden. And who is in charge of collating these things? Bud Black, Alan Mills, Checklist, Kenny Lofton, Rick Sutcliffe, I've learned to read upside down, Tim McIntosh, Mike Devereaux, and Greg Vaughn finishes the pack. Let's get these situated back in the little wrapper. And how about we move on to Donruss 88s. Puzzle piece. Cha-ching. Johnny Ray. Ivan Calderon. A Checklist. Wally Joyner. Mark Davidson, Floyd Bannister, Fred Lynn, Jim Gott, Dave Clark, Mike Greenwell, Will Clark, there's Doc Gooden again, Greg Harris, Nelson Liriano, and Tony Pena. Hope everybody's having a good summer. Hopefully it's starting to settle down, kids going back to school. I work for a college and the classes start for us week after next. So I got all kinds of faculty members coming in, wanting everything done that should have been done over the summer. All right, Fleer, 93 Fleer we're going to do now. Yeah, we tell people they're supposed to have their want list for the upcoming semester turned in by the end of the previous long semester, which would have been spring of 2025. But that doesn't stop half of them from saying, oh, wait, I forgot I need this because I have nothing better to do. All right, 93 Fleer, we're looking at Alan Trammell, Andujar Cedeno, Jeff Tackett, Sean Bosky, Rick DeLucia, Stan Javier, Dion James, Kevin Elster, Bobby Thigpen, Big Cat Andres Scalaraga, Juan Gonzalez, Mike Fielder, and then we'll turn him around again, Dave Nilsson, Roger McDowell, and Chad Curtis. How about some 90 Fleer? And I know it's coming up on the second week of August, and I have the August box. Stickers in this pack. Pirates, Cardinals, Padres, and Giants. And 1990 Fleer. And I'm going to shoot that as soon as I'm done shooting this one. So hopefully I'll get them up this week. And Mike Henneman is leading us off. Eric Show, Greg Smith and Stu Tate, Mickey Hatcher, Rick Leach, Tim Burke, Brett Saberhagen, Carmelo Martinez, Steve Balboni, Rick Roden, Jim Abbott, Dave Steeb, the late, great Dave Parker, Steve Jeltz, and Mike Flanagan. Dave Parker inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame, Cooperstown, a couple weekends ago, maybe last weekend. His son gave his induction speech, easy for me to say. Believe it or not, I do speak English in addition to a couple of other languages. And yeah, sometimes I still manage to foul it up. Okay, 92 Fleer Ultra. But yeah, Ichiro was inducted, and Dave Parker, and it was a good weekend at all. Dwayne Henry. These boys are still in nice shape. Scott Bullitt, nice and glossy, no bricking. Bobby Thigpen, stuck to something. Alejandro Pena, Ed Taubensee, good German name. Jim Gott, Mitch Williams, Donald Osborne, John Vanderwall, stuck to a couple of them. Chris Gwynn, Tony's brother, Jose Melendez, John Patterson, John Flaherty, and Bill Kruger. '88 Fleer, '88 year I graduated high school. Probably before a lot of y'all were even born. And our sticker for this pack, the Cubbies. Steve Kiefer, boy, there's a name. Pat Clements, Mike Dunn, Jeff Reardon, Roberto Kelly, Tom Henke, Melito Perez, Ricky Horton, Ellis Burks. What do we got here? Major League Prospects, Randy Velarde. Actually, I think I've heard of, and Adam Peterson. I can't say that I've heard of him. Dave Henderson, Al Padrique, Gary Redus, Bob Welch, Billy and Cal, the Ripken brothers. I think Cal Sr. even coached Cal Jr. at the Orioles at one time. Just a little nugget I threw out there for your amusement. 92 Leaf. I kind of like these ones too. This design, Bobby Thigpen. What do we got here? Something special. Carlos Berga, Kurt Manwaring, Corey Snyder, Andre Dawson, Hall of Fame, Chris Hammond, Kenny Rogers, the gambler. No, he's not. Tony Phillips, Tom Browning. There's Iron Man, Cal Ripken, Roger McDowell, Scott Lias. Let's go with Lias. Mark Leiter. Mark Jr. is now pitching for the Yankees, I want to say. And his cousin Jack is pitching for my Texas Rangers. Brent Maine and Mark Carrion. A little bit of a ding on that one, but all in all, for cards that have been packaged up for 30 plus years, 40 years, they're still in excellent shape, and that I'm just impressed all around with that. All right, what did I say these were? These are 89 Donruss. Oh, that one's got a little bit of, that's ink or something on that. Puzzle piece. And that missed the garbage can altogether. Eddie Murray, Frank Tanana, Steve Sachs, Dave Righetti, Mel Hall, Danny Tartabull, Dennis Eckersley, Mike Incaviglia, Sandy Alomar Jr., Pete O'Brien, Dave Martinez, Juice Boy, Mark McGuire, Charlie Librant, Joe Carter, and Mike Scioscia. Later goes on to manage the Angels. But you guys already know that because you follow this channel. Let's get those put aside. And let's move on to 90 Upper Deck. Almost said 90 Leaf. All right, no brickiness. I gotta see if I can get comfortable here. All right, Charlie Hayes, Steve Lake, Rafael Palmeiro. And there's our sticker, the Expos. Wow, these are probably collated by hand. Al Newman, Mike Schooler, Tom Bernanski, Mark Parent. There's Bruce Ruffin again, turned around this time. Turned around again, Jeff Brantley. Bob Malacki. Fred McGriff, the crime dog. Lance McCullers. Son pitches for Astros, I think. For the Astros, yeah. Greg Vaughn. Jose Canseco. And Rick Rochelle. I think this is a new pack. 93 Donruss. Feels a little thick too. It must be one of them fake ass patch cards. Commemorative patch cards that they put in. I hate those things. They tease me, making think there's something good in there. Richie Lewis is starting us off. Checklist. Shane Mack, Mike Morgan, Phil Hyatt, Darren Lewis, Phil Clark. There's McGriff again. Kevin Wykander, Omar Oliveras, Ken Ryan, Luis Polonia, Donruss MVP, Mike Piazza, Royce Clayton, John Jaha, no idea, Craig Shipley, Kevin Kozlowski, Bob Tewksbury, John Keeley, Danny Jackson, Glenn Allen Hill, Juan Bell, and Craig Grebeck. Well, thick as that pack felt like, I would have thought there would have been something in there to make it worth the effort. Like an autograph, maybe, but it was not meant to be. Now, let's get back to some old school stuff. Topps 88. Want some gum? It's yours. And let's get rid of the propaganda card. Oh, let's put the gum one on the bottom. That way we're not contaminating anybody else. Dave Concepcion. Steve Trout. There's Mike's dad. I don't know. It might be. I don't know. Orioles leaders. That's Eddie Murray and Cal Ripken Jr. Junior Ortiz. Dwayne Ward. Eddie Williams. Phil Garner. Jay Tibbs. Alex Trevino. Franklin Stubbs. Scott McGregor. Jose Lind. Will Clark. Dave Meads. And Chris Bozio sacrificed himself to the gum gods. Thank you, Chris. All right, wow, what we got? How about some 89 tops this time? And sorry. Oh, Mike Schmidt got sacrificed to the gum gods. That hurts. There's our propaganda piece. All right, Mike, sorry. You'll have to be the last card. Scott Sanderson. Ron Oster. Mike Pagliarulo. Paul Runge. Let's go with Runge. Dave Winfield. Damon Berryhill. Daryl Miller. Don August. Atlee Hammaker. Keith Hernandez, Hall of Famer, and some hair, just for men, I think. These do commercials for them. Pete Smith, Tim Burke. Now he does play-by-play for Mets, I think. Ozzie Smith, Mike Moore, and Mike Schmidt, who gave his life for the gum gods. Sorry, Mike. We can say we knew you back when. Trying to package everything back up because until I get these all put into my inventory on Trading Card Database, I put them back in the box that they were shipped in. So I try to keep everything together to save myself the headache later on. All right, what do we got here? This is 88 score. Can't say as I know of 88 score that was memorable, but we'll find out here shortly, won't we? Pat Tabler, Alan Trammell, Hall of Famer, Kent Herbeck, Calvin Schiraldi, Milt Thompson, Brian Fisher. Trivia card. Goes right in here with the puzzle piece. Jerry Brown, Steve Balboni, Gene Larkin, Leon Durham, Hall of Famer, Mark Thurman, Danny Jackson, Ed Correa of your Texas Rangers, Darrell Porter, Steve Howe, also of your Texas Rangers, Speed and Power, Eric Davis and Tim Raines. Super shortstops, wow, Fernandez, the Iron Man, and Alan Trammell. Look how young Ripken looks in that picture. Of course, 88. That's been a minute. It has definitely been a minute, y'all. I won't lie. 92 tops. Well, these are all twisted up. Propaganda piece. I don't think we're going to go to 90. What year is this? 92. I don't think we're going to go to 93 spring training. Bill Picotta, Tim Leary, Phil Plantier, John Farrell, Lance Johnson, Candy Maldonado, Roger McDowell, Darren Dalton, Mike Timlin, Henry Cotto, Danny Cox, Dean Palmer, Willie Randolph, Rock Raines, and Ray Langford finishing out the pack. $19.90 Donruss. There's the puzzle piece. Carl Yastrzemski. Todd Stottlemyre. There's Rick Royce again. Yeah, these ones got a little bit of damage there. Paul Gibson, Steve Lyons, Francisco Cabrera, Jaime Navarro, Brian Downing, Mr. Checklist, Ken Hill, Dwight Smith, Dave West, Marty Clary, Rick Mahler, Jeff Parrott, there's Mike Pagliarulo again, and Larry Anderson. I'd like to get another one of those error cards, the John Smoltz card with Tom Glavine's picture on it. Can never have too many of those. And now we're going to do a 91 Leaf. All these guys that are selling these boxes all get from the same stacks, because I see a lot of these different ones, these subscription boxes, and they all have the Leaf, 91 Leaf, and the 90 score, and all those. And well, I find it amusing. And there's our puzzle piece, by the way. Chris Carpenter is going to get us going. Gary Varsho, Rick Cerrone, Greg Gagne, Willie Randolph, Dale Murphy, Danny Darwin, Glenn Davis, Tommy Green, there's Tom Hinkie again, Ron Karkovice, Tim Belcher, Chico Walker, Mariano Duncan, and Royd Boy, Mark McGuire. Oh, sorry, I gotta stretch my legs out, guys. I'm old. Oh, I got bad knees, and they like to cramp up on me every now and then. All right, let's put these in the box. And on to our next stack, 87 Tops. Oh, I already feel the bubble gum on it. Who's sacrificing themselves to the gum gods? Bill Campbell. Not too bad, Bill. Good for you. And there's the card. Oh, let's put Bill on the bottom. So, Bob Gritch. The 70s wood paneling. Mike Birkbeck, Johnny Ray, Bob Melvin, Willie Hernandez, Willie Wilson. There's Keith Hernandez again, rocking the stash. There's Bill Campbell. I thought he was at the bottom. I guess not. No. John Cangelosi, Mets leaders, team checklist on the back. Eddie Milner, Kurt Young, Bill Allman, Hal McRae, Yogi Berra and the Astros leaders, Ed Hearn, and Phil Bradley. Now we're going to try some 87 Fleer. And our stickers are the Cubs and the A's. Bye-bye. Scott Bradley, Jerry Willard, Jeff Russell, Joel Youngblood, Bill Dorn. This is certainly a very colorful pack. There's Jose Canseco again. The Fleer All-Star Team, Todd Worrell, Dan Billardello, Len Matuzek, Terry Kennedy, Dave Rigetti, Juan Nieves, Steve Lyons, Tony Perez, Jeff Lottie, there's Alan Trammell again, and Tom Browning. And we're looking at 87 Donruss. Puzzle piece. Lee Gooderman. There we are, Bruce Bochy, now the manager of the Rangers. A crap ton of years later. He's not so skinny anymore. Len Matuzek, Mickey Brantley, Bill Madlock, Johnny Ray, looks like he's got the sun in his eyes, Brett Saberhagen, Jimmy Key, Doug DeCensis, Diamond Kings Jack Morris, Jeff Reardon, Mr. October, Reggie Jackson, Mike Eichhorn, Ron Robinson, and Bob Tewksbury. That Bruce Bochy one, I might have to hang on to that. Go to a game and see if I can get him to autograph it for me. I think I've got his 81 card, then from 81 Donruss, I think. So that will be the one to take to him, because it is so badly miscut. He'll get a kick out of it. 83 Donruss with the Ty Cobb Buzzle. Puzzle piece. Bye-bye. Luis Pujols. Luis Leal. Tom P. Denny Martinez. Tim Flannery. Wade Boggs, there's one to hang on to. Tony Armas. Dale Berra. Willie Hernandez. Bob Watson. Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson, there's another one to hang on to. Junior Kennedy. Dave Rucker. Charlie Pulio. And Billy Sample. Next, we're going to do some 93 tops. If I can get it open, we're going to do that. There we go. Well, these kind of hard to read. Jim Bullinger. Topps Gold. Geronimo Pena. Mark Langston. Pete Incaviglia with the Astros then. Darren Lewis. Jack Morris. John Franco. Pete Schurik. Al Osuna. Jeff Fassero. Jose Uribe, for some reason his cards seem to go on eBay for outrageous amounts of money. Barry Larkin. Chris Nobles. There's Rich DeLucia again. And Greg Hibbard. Not a single Texas Ranger among them, now that I'm looking for them there. Okay, oh, some Bowman. 89 Bowman. And there's the gum. Who do we have? Oh, this one's kind of open. Oh, come on, guys. You know, you can do better than that. Huh? No gum residue. Who is this guy supposed to be? Oh, that's the propaganda card. I know who this propaganda boy is here. Mark McGuire, Spike Owen, Juan Agosto, Brian Holloman, Roger Clemens, and recognize him. Juan Nieves again, Mel Stottlemyre, Joey Myers, Tom Herr, Jim Traber, and off-center Mike Jackson, and Barry Bonds, crooked as hell in more ways than one. All right, we have 2 packs left, guys. How about we're going to do that 91 Topps next. 91 Topps. If any of you guys have some still sealed Desert Shield, Desert Storm cards, the gum from 91, and Randy Tomlin gave himself to the Gum Gods propaganda card. Let me know. Let me know if you'd be interested in trading or selling, or we'll work something out, because I really like some of those just to have. All right, Joe Morgan is going to get us going here. Tom Trebelhorn, Bill Landrum, Ryan Sandberg, the late great. We lost him last week. Willie Wilson, Darrell Hamilton, Steve Balboni, Greg Harris, Kevin Tapani, the kid, who's not such a kid anymore, Ken Griffey Jr., Roberto Kelly, Danny Gladden, Greg Harris, Larry Kasian, and Randy Tomlin. Put Randy back on the bottom. And I'd say this in all my videos, I really plug trading card database, and if you're not on there and you do trading, then you should get on there, because this morning I sent out 3 trades already, and I just got a thing when I was checking my email right before I started this video for another trade. So 4 trades in less than a week. For me, that's pretty good. I like those. I'll get that guy's cards pulled and go send them out later tonight or tomorrow. Because I like doing that. I'm trying to complete, for those of you who don't know, trying to get all the Texas Rangers cards. I want every player and trivia piece. I want the Rangers, fortunately, only go back to 1972, so I don't have to go back real far. Not like the Yankees or anything. Todd Benzinger. This is the last pack, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Sabo, Darnell Coles, Atlee Hammaker, Jerome Walton, Felix Jose, late great Ricky Henderson, Rick Reed, Lance Blankenship, Mark Parent, Steve Finley, Jeff Kunkel with your Texas Rangers, John Cerruti, Tino Martinez, Bobby Rose, 1990 rookie, and Mickey Weston finishes the pack and the box. So that's what we got for this month. Well, for last month, actually. And we're going to see what they sent us for this month. So y'all watch for that video. I'm going to have it shot today and hopefully have it posted tonight or tomorrow. It's the 9th, August 9th, as I'm shooting this video. So y'all stay safe, stay out of the heat, drink lots of fluids, yada, yada, yada. Hit that like and subscribe button so you know when I actually do post stuff. You'll know about it. And I will see y'all in the next one. hopefully just here in just a few minutes. So I'm Richard with North Texas Ball Cards, and I appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for your time.